Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Evenings.
TrustATrader.com.
What's he doing? Oh, I can't watch. He's just standing there, like a lemon.
Josh, you realising we're getting battered?
Oh, this is bad.
Josh? Hello?
Oh, we're dead, aren't we?
Thanks for showing up, Josh.
Oh, I don't know why I bother.
Well, I'm saying, you went before that. No, but you might have been revived. That's what I'm saying.
That is why.
Where should they see? Where my father greatest team the world has ever seen.
Black Warriors FC, with by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
West Coast FC, where my father greatest team
The world has ever seen.
where my father greatest team the world has ever seen.
Served here, Pepe with tonic. This summer's perfect pair.
Dejar y la viven ahí en este mundo de tristeza. Dejar y la viven ahí mi manera.
Choose to cruise. Cruz Campo, Sevilla.
Hannah said her supermarket's matching Aldi.
Really? You can't match this. You can't match this. You can't match this. You can't match this. Stop.
Scatter time.
There's only one supermarket where every price is matched with Aldi. We'll let you guess which.
It starts with an engineer on a mission to install thousands of Shell EV chargers by 2035, helping supply more than 20% of the UK's gas. Getting it from here to here. Smells delicious. And investing in people and communities to build skills for the energy transition. It starts with an engineer. And before you know it, Shell is helping power the UK, now and into the future.
The European Championships.
Where your focus goes, your energy flows.
The heat is on. UEFA Euro 2024 starts Friday the 14th of June live on ITV1 and ITVX.
Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Evenings.
TrustATrader.com.
Leading on the road, having made a pass on Founds and Walmsley, but Founds and Walmsley are still right there. They're looking to come back. Now it's their turn to get the slipstream coming down this straight. Look at that. You see the inside wheel lift off from the sidecar outfit. They're tucked right in. We saw in the solo race people passing back.
Schoolhouse corner on the way into Parliament Square. We're just about to complete.
This stone head has been in the ground for centuries.
Let me know. Who?
Hello there, welcome to highlights of day 2 of the Isle of Man TT Races 2024, featuring the Three-Wheeling Media Sidecar TT Race 1 and a true legend of the event, normally curled up behind his brother as one half of the all-conquering Birchells. 14 wins in total, 11 on the bounce. But for this one, he's chosen the sofa next to me. It's Tom Birchall. Tom, great to have you with us here following your retirement from TT racing, which has opened up the field for the rest, hasn't it?
It certainly has, mate. Yeah, what a week we've had at qualifying. It looked like Founds and Walmsley were coming in as the favourites, and Ben and Kevin, just having to work their way through. But that's shifted now. It looks like the Crows are on top. The Crows are flying. Qualifying has been brilliant for them. They've just chipped away and found the speed that they need, and crucially that standing start lap, which you need to get away good and control the race from the front. They ran into a 1:18.8 standing start lap on Friday, and then turned that into a 1:19, even after a little run on down into the quarter bridge there. So the boys are flying and they're confident, but it does throw a question as who can run into P3. Ben and Kevin had a off in qualifying last night, Friday night. They're okay, thankfully, but just can't run out today. Too much work to do on the bike, and Kevin's foot's quite bad. So P3 is wide open. It's like a 5-horse race now, really, and so it's anybody's guess. So we're in for a barnstormer.
Yep, absolutely wide open in the sidecars. As Tom said, we've had quite a mixed week with incidents out on the course and some dodgy weather as well, which can sometimes have an adverse effect on the conditions. Cam Donnell has been out to check them out for us.
So we're out on course, checking conditions for today's race. We're just out of Laurel Bank on the run into Black Dove. So it's about 8.5 miles into the lap. It's going to take the sidecar outfits just over 4 minutes to get here. Quite a tricky run. You come out of Doran's Bends into that Laurel Bank, and there's a lot going on for both rider and passenger, because it goes from a right to a downhill left, negative camber, and that sidecar passenger goes from the right over on top of that sidecar wheel, but their head almost brushing the bank as they come out of almost full cover of trees back into the sunlight here. I've never actually walked the road here, and I'm amazed at how positive camber this part of road is. It certainly doesn't feel like it at speed on the bike. But conditions are fantastic at the moment. A little bit of cloud, strong wind, which is meant to blow off for a sunny afternoon. We're expecting a fast race, and so is everyone else, because already there's people everywhere.
So, of course, conditions looking good then, but the air is thick with tension on the grid. Let's get out there now with Grace Webb.
I'm stood at the top of the grid here next to position number 1, where Ben Birchall and Kevin Rousseau should have been taken to the start line, but unfortunately they had an incident earlier this week in qualifying. They're both all right because we've seen them earlier today around and about with the parade lap, but they will not be taking to the grid today. So that means we will see a brand new winner in the sidecar class for the first time in 10 races. And some of those competitors that will be challenging for that first place are sidecar outfit number 2, Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. They will definitely want to take that top step, as well as the Crow brothers over here in sidecar outfit number 3. You've set your fastest time ever around the island this week in qualifying. Are you feeling ready for it today?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, ready as always. We just like going out and enjoy riding our bike, I suppose.
Always good answer. Good luck for it, Ryan. Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. Let's see if we can grab the drivers round here. Guys, if we could just grab a quick word with you before you go out. Are you feeling confident going into this race?
Yeah, we've had a really good week, and practice has been great, and we've got a good feeling now, so hopefully we can try and have a good go. Yes, what a beautiful day, and where would you much rather be, eh?
Nowhere else like it, is there?
Thank you.
Good luck.
Join us after the break for the first of the Three-Wheeling Media Sidecar TTs.
sidecars are on the line. We are getting ready for the three-wheeling media sidecar race 1. Of course, 2 races this week. Big news with regard to the form and who's missing from that lineup. Here's what they face, exactly the same course as the solo riders, 37.73 miles around the Isle of Man, but it is a very different challenge on a sidecar outfit. 2 people absolutely crucial to every single corner. Starting first, Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. And of course, that is the big news that Ben Birchall with his new passenger Kevin Rousseau unable to take the start after an accident in qualifying. We'll run you by the details of that in a moment. Here are the Crow brothers. 3 podiums on a great run of form this week. What can they do? That was Reeves and Wilkes getting ready to go. And this is Founds and Walmsley out well into the lap already. Down at the bottom of Bray Hill. Coming up to Aggo's Leap. This always looks so nervous, doesn't it, on the sidecar outfit? Just a little bit of air. And riding on board now with the Crow brothers down Bray Hill.
Have a listen to that engine scream. Oh,
lovely.
Into the rev limiter as the rear tyre comes off the ground over Aggo's Leap.
So this is the first braking zone. It's steep downhill. It goes round to the left, and then you come down. You've got your first right-handed corner. Cam, normally we're talking about tyres here and whether or not the right-hand side of the tyre, obviously it's your first right, it's not heated up when you're on a solo. Sidecar, we've got 3 tyres, and it's all a bit different.
Very different indeed, and the pressure under braking, those sidecars, all 3 wheels brake, so enormous amount of pressure on both the rider and the passenger when they're braking hard.
You can see as well, it's just more of a car profile to the rear tyre, isn't it? It's not a donut profile like on a solo machine, it's a flat, slick area. There you can see at the back, so a different way of generating traction and different tyres this year too.
Yep, big change in tyres. You see Lewis and Blackstock, Patrick Rosny heading off the line there. Yes, they've been using Avon tyres for about the last 10 years. They're on a Hoosier tyre this year.
That is Todd Ellis and Emmanuel Clement heading off the line. Great to see them here with us, Cam.
Yeah, unbelievable pairing. World and British champions. First time here, newcomers at the TT.
Now in the background there, you can see already Ryan and Callum Crowe closing down on Peter Founds and Jevon Walmsley. I say closing down, they leave at 10-second intervals like they do in the solo, and you can see that's not 10 now, probably half the gap down to 5 already.
Yeah, that'll be spurring the Crowe brothers on. That's incredible. I did not expect them to make that much time off on Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley.
Yeah, fantastic performance. They're hunting for that win, aren't they? 3 podiums. They know as well, obviously, with Ben Birchall and Kevin Rousseau missing, that it's a great opportunity for them as Reeves and Wilkes come through.
Yeah, another pairing that are no strangers to the podium. Class act.
On board with Dave Molyneux and Jake Roberts.
Dave Molyneux, of course, the living legend, 7 times sidecar TT winner. His passenger this year, just 20-year-old Jake Roberts.
Absolutely fantastic. A lot for him to learn, I'm sure.
And how much could young Jake learn from a driver as experienced as Dave Molyneux?
Absolutely. Steve Ramsden and Matthew Ramsden coming through. Fantastic livery on that.
Oh, and the gap's closed. Lee Crawford, Scott Hardy. That young pairing closing the gap to those ahead already.
So on board now with Dave Molyneux. Oh, he's pulled off to the side of the road, so it didn't sound quite on full song when we saw it earlier, but unfortunately Molyneux, not a terminal engine failure, but it's obviously enough to head off the side.
Yep, only made it to Ballacrane traffic lights.
What a shame. Well, hopefully see him back on form in time for Sidecar Race 2 later on in the week. We're now into the Glen Helen section.
Oh, just floating that sidecar wheel through that left-hand bend.
We should talk a bit, Cam, about the fact Birchall's not here, and that's why the Crows, of course, are so keen to really get a lick on and put their mark on this race. They were challenging the Birchall brothers last year. Ben Birchall, of course, has now got a new passenger in Kevin Rousseau because Tom Birchall's joined the TT Plus commentary team, decided he doesn't want a passenger around here anymore. I think that's fair with the number of wins they had. Absolute TT legends. But Ben wants to carry on. Unfortunately, him and Kevin, mechanical failure during practice week.
Yeah, absolute bad luck. They were just chipping away, going incredibly quick, considering that Kevin has very little experience as a passenger around the TT, although a World Championship winning passenger prior to coming here. They had a mechanical failure that caused them to end up off-road up near Mountain Box. Fast place for it to happen, but fortunately they are okay.
Yeah, that is the most important thing. The outfit needed a bit more work. Kevin needed to rest his foot for a couple of days, so they're confident they'll be back, and they've had some great help around the paddock as well. Look at this. This is our first chance to take a really close look. All of these mouldings around underneath the passengers' feet are now really close, so that's Crawford and Hardy have caught up with the Ramsdens.
Yeah, up past Sarah's Cottage there. I'd say they'd be looking to try to slipstream past down Cronkovody Straight.
Everything is so bespoke on these, Cam. You know, the exactly where they're gripping on. A minute ago we could see as well, from the heli that Fountain Walmsley, there's a moulding so that the passenger's lid can get tucked right into the aero, so a dip in the side of the fairing so they can get in. It's just incredible.
It certainly is. Now we are on Cronkovody Straight, as I thought. I thought that would be the spot they'd do it. Nice, clean pass. I'd hold your breath for that right-hand crest at the end of Cronkovody Straight. That really is a very, very daunting turn.
This is the bottom of Bagarrow. The big dip compression through there now with Reeves and Wilkes. Absolutely screaming the 600. Cam, we were talking yesterday and I'd had a couple of questions come in about why don't they use 1000cc engines in the sidecars, and it's actually pretty simple.
Yeah, correct. It's really safety. 600 Supersport powered engines or Supersport class engines just to control the outright speed of these outfits around the course.
It is fast enough. Now then, Fountain Walmsley.
Oh, the Crows. They've closed the gap, and you wonder, I would say by now that Founds and Walmsley will know that they have the Crows closing down on their tail.
If you look at the leaderboard, you can see 9.4 seconds is the gap, so they're just 0.6 back. They started 10 seconds back, and the leaderboard, of course, shows you their time out on course. So they are leading, even though they're not first on the road. They've closed that 10-second gap down. Look at this.
Callum Crowe, like an acrobat, twisting, flying his body.
They're through.
Past. Their outfit has been very fast through the speed trap all week, and with that slipstream, they've blasted on past on their way into Quarry Bends. Did you hear?
The limiter, yeah.
Yep, unbelievable.
Spinning up just as it goes light. Coming down now. End of Sulby Straight.
End of Sulby Straight indeed, up past Ginger Hall. Now we're into, without doubt, the most technical and bumpy part of the course.
Look at how much, so the passengers hanging off the left-hand side now through the right-handers. When they go the other way, you'll see them put the weight over the other side of the machine. Ellis and Clement coming up to Bluff Bridge.
Yeah, on their way to their first ever TT Sidecar Racing lap.
This sector then, Bluff up Sulby Straight, which we've just seen the end of. Fastest point pretty much on the TT course, and heading up all the way, of course, to Ramsey, where the climb up towards the mountain begins. You ride on board with Ryan and Callum Crowe, leading on the timesheets and now leading on the road, having made a pass on Founds and Walmsley, but Founds and Walmsley are still right there. They're looking to come back. Now it's their turn to get the slipstream coming down this straight. Look at that. You see the inside wheel lift off from the sidecar outfit. They're tucked right in. We saw in the solo race people passing back, even though they're 10 seconds ahead, and I think we might see the same here again.
Oh, they're coming in. This is Schoolhouse Corner on the way into Parliament Square. We're just about to complete Sector 3.
Is he going to have a look up the inside here? Oh, they're late on the brakes, really late, and they do. So Founds and Walmsley back up the inside. They run wide, though, and in the background, the Crows get the grip back on the inside, better traction on the exit, and blast back into the lead.
This is unbelievable. Reminding me of what we saw in that Supersport race between Jamie Coward and Dean Harrison.
Yeah.
Generally, when a competitor makes up 10 seconds and passes, whoever's been passed will be happy to sit behind, but not so in the case here.
Absolutely fantastic. Lifting wheels again through the left-hander, right into Ramsey, tucked in. Look, foot up in the air, hanging off the inside through Stella Maris. The Crows are almost on a defensive line up into the hairpin there. Now they come out wide and take the right line. Behind, Founds and Walmsley.
She's only over halfway through our first lap, and already we have a race on our hands.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm still in awe of the passengers, Cam, every single time we see it. Look, you see the grip tape around the handles here. Look at the toes just barely touching on. A little bit of grip tape across the back of the carbon fibre tray. The handle you can see bottom left of your screen. And watch for their toes when you're on board. You'll see they are millimetres from the road. Here's another look at that pass. So, look, looking across, it's Callum Crowe looks across. He can't believe that they're coming back up the inside. But Fountain Walmsley just seem to let off the brake and carry a bit more speed in.
They'd just gone in hot. They were lucky to keep it off the barrier. And it was up the inside, round the outside, back up the inside.
Absolutely fantastic. Here comes Reeves and Wilkes.
Looks very sedate when they're just on their own there, doesn't it? After what we just saw before.
Only someone who's won on a sidecar, sorry, on a superbike round here could say it looks sedate, but I know exactly what you mean. It's what we said in the solo race as well. You can focus on what you're doing when you're not in a battle. When you're in a battle, you're looking, are they coming back past? You don't want to lose time, so I'm sure the Crows now will want to check out from Founds and Walmsley, but at the minute, they're only a couple of tenths of a second behind when we last saw them. P3 at the minute is Reeves and Wilkes. They're 18 seconds back on Founds and Walmsley, so this is really a two-outfit race at the front, and say with 10 seconds, you'd think that the Crows have got this nicely under control, but 3 laps to go, Cam, and these machines can be a bit fragile as well. Oh, that is Holden and Clace being passed by Blackstock and Rosny.
Wow, as they wind their way into Guthrie's here, making their way up onto the mountain mile.
Cam, they don't have the same track width that a solo bike has. You know, a solo bike is obviously cranked over, takes up a bit of road, but in terms of standing upright width, you can see here, they're probably 3 times the width of a solo machine. The racing line is the same, but it's less road, which is why actually the passing was even more impressive.
Yeah, it's incredible. I can't imagine how hard it would be to pass in a sidecar outfit, because it's hard enough on a solo, especially when you're trying to see the road ahead with so many blind twists and turns.
Look at this, look, reaching down for that low grip, hanging literally as much of your weight off, now getting tucked in, and there, this is what I was talking about. So there is a divot, a dip in the side of the fairing there to allow the passenger's helmet to sit right in and get the best possible speed down the straights.
Yeah, streamlining's got a lot to do with going fast in these outfits.
Reeves and Wilkes. Lifting that inside wheel, that's when it blows my mind. You just
Tim's a fantastic show pony too. He'll always lift the wheel at every chance. Very experienced competitors. Prior TT winner and world champion.
Have you tried one, Cam? Sidecar?
I have, but never on a road circuit, but on a closed course, yes, I have had a go, and it certainly gave me an unbelievable appreciation for what these riders and passengers go through.
Have you had a crack at passenger or only at rider?
No,
driver.
Just at rider.
You didn't fancy the passenger, no? That's a hard no from Cam.
Well, I actually tell a lie there. I did passenger for about 3 laps of a 1.2 mile course and I tapped out.
That was it, game over.
It was too bumpy for me, so that's what's given me the appreciation for what the passengers endure around here.
Look at the foot hanging down here underneath. You can just see the toes of the passenger, depending on the position they're sitting. And again, in the middle here, Cam, just the toes hanging down off the back of the outfit. Outrageous.
Incredible as we watch it. Outfits here making their way up Harwood Heights. Jesus, so many have caught each other on road here. It looks like it's going to get busy.
That's Founds and Gibbons there in the 10 machine.
Yeah, that's a really cool partner in there, Alan Founds, with his nephew, Reese Gibbons, who's a newcomer passenger this year.
So the Ramsden's brothers outfit is not sounding too hot there. And we go back to the Crows now, and they're at Governor's Dip. So this has been a good first lap. Be great to see what pace they're on. Remember, we had a lap record last year in sidecar.
Yeah, the 120 mile an hour mark was eclipsed. We never thought we'd see that eclipse, and it was by the Birchells, and also then later by Pete Founds and Yevon Walmsley.
There's a brilliant start then for Ryan and Callum Crowe as they come round to complete the first lap of the first sidecar encounter at the TT 2024. Tucked right in, back down Bray Hill. Can they hold on and take their first ever victory on the Isle of Man?
Trusted Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustedTrader.com.
Whack some cream on it.
Hero.
Wrap your laughing gear around that.
Hold the phone. What's this?
Foster's Proper Shandy, the amber nectar with lemony deliciousness.
You little ripper, Daniel.
Nothing better than a proper Aussie combo.
Like a kangaroo. Basically a rabbit mixed with a deer.
Or a mullet. City up front, out back.
Out back. Or jorts, the ruggedness of denim, with the ventilation of budgie smugglers.
I see your point.
New Foster's Proper Shandy, a proper Aussie combo. Good call.
Listen, the wild is calling. It drew us to Skye's rugged coast to capture the essence of wild, salty smoke. The wild is calling. Talisker, made by the sea.
Hey, Harry.
Hello, mate.
What are your tips for the big game?
I think it's going to be an absolute belter. Your best bet is to head over to Bet Victor and have a few quid on the lad up top. He's a good boy.
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy?
The striker?
Are you a clever boy?
I mean, probably above average.
Who's a clever boy? Sorry, mate, I've got to go and get the dog's barnet done.
Listen to Harry and make your best bet on the football at Bet Victor.
Yeah, and new customers get odds of 100 to 1 if England bring it home.
At Aldi, we're hammering down prices. Like this British beef mince, now just $3.79. It's scanner time.
Well, I'm saying, you went before that. No, but you might have been revived. That's what I'm saying.
And his West Shields FC. We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Cause we're West Shields FC. We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
And it's Beckenham Hill FC. It's by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
West Shields FC. We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. 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 So what, boys? We won, yeah? The world has ever seen.
The world has ever seen.
We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
You are under arrest on a charge of incitement to murder.
He killed my son.
I'm not him. He's not me.
Someone put your name and picture on the internet.
Why me?
He's still evil. If I looked in his eyes, I'd know.
The Victim. Stream now on ITVX. Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 evenings.
TrustATrader.com.
Welcome back to the Isle of Man, where we are into lap 2 of the Three Wheeling Media Sidecar Race 1, and here are your leaders.
Oh, what an exciting prospect we have on our hands here. Manx Brothers, local lads, leading the Sidecar TT. This is only, heading into this race, Andrew, they'd only completed 10 race laps around the course.
Absolutely incredible. They did such a good job last year, and obviously leading now. Brilliant first lap. Couple of passes up in Ramsey into the lead, and then they lost the lead on the way back into Ramsey and back in again on the X. Literally one corner, wasn't it? Fantastic between them. Reeves and Wilkes.
Yeah, from the moment the Crow Brothers made their debut, they've been so quick, always improving, but to think in just a few short years, they're now potentially looking at their first TT victory. But we don't want to speak too soon.
Let's look at the amount of sideways in the corner, and it's such a different sideways, isn't it, than you get on a solo machine.
Alison Clement, World Championship pairing.
I think people would expect, wouldn't they, the World Sidecar Champions would come here and immediately be on the pace, but it's a great indicator, and they're doing well, but it is a great indicator of how specialist this event is.
Yeah, absolutely, and I believe they're running a reasonably stock tune of engine, just for reliability. This year is about working out which way they go, but boy, that's an exciting partnership for the future, isn't it? Look how smooth they look.
Look on the exit, lovely, and compare that to the sideways a minute ago. There's no doubt that they'll be able to get there. I love the fact they're willing to come here with the reputation as world champions, to come here and do something and go, this is a learning year, we know we're not going to win it this year, we're going to crack on.
Exactly, and learning they are. Literally every single lap they are going out, that pairing are improving their lap speed.
From the heli, great shots of Alison Clement again. Look at Clement tucked right in.
Can't even imagine what would be going through your mind as a passenger in your first ever TT sidecar race.
I'm always fascinated as well, Cam, like there you can see she's reaching up to grab the handle on the inside because knows the next section's coming up where she's got to move to the other side of the bike, but you've got to know the course instinctively, because you can't look up and check where you are. You're having a crack at, and then a little glimpse, this is where I need to sit up.
Yeah, but if you move at the wrong time, you can either get pinned in a position you can't move or flung off the outfit.
Yeah, wild. Braking hard down to Bluff Bridge. Reeves and Wilkes in. Less of a hop there. You don't want to put too much strain on the drivetrain. Heavier machine, you know, more chance of breaking something.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee Crawford, Scott Hardy going very well. Lee Crawford only had 2 previous starts here at the TT in 2022. Missed last year, couldn't find a passenger. Back again and going incredibly well for such a limited amount of experience.
Just look at the speed traps, Cam. 158 for the Crow brothers. Nobody else topping 150. So they're doing something very right with the tune on the bike and the position they're sitting in to limit the drag and get the most out of these 600cc engines.
It's very impressive because nearly all the front-running outfits are running Honda Supersport motors, but theirs is definitely quicker than nearly everyone else, topping the speed trap all week in practice also.
Another look on board. Now, the other thing I think is worth noting here, Cam, is that the position for the driver is so much lower in terms of looking down the road. When you're on a solo bike, let's say you're sitting at, what, 3-4 feet off the ground. These guys, it's about 2 feet. So the forward visibility is a lot less in terms of what you can see in the distance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the position too, you know, they're lying down on the bike, aren't they, with their legs going backwards. It's really hard to explain to people unless you can see an outfit.
Yeah, it's so hard on the body. It's so difficult for both the driver and the passenger to brace themselves as the sidecar continues to move around, kicking left, right.
You see it there through the bumps in Ramsey. Onto the limiter again. They are tramping on, really pushing hard.
Wow, they're pushing, being egged on by the crowd. For these outfits, again, Supersport engine.
Sideways again, Cam, through Stella Maris. That is high-speed stuff up into the hairpin. Go on, you were saying the engine.
They spend most of the lap at full throttle. In fact, over 70% of the lap at 100% throttle. On a superbike, it's less than 30%.
Flipping the throttle now on the way down. There's the air intake on the side of the fairing. Look, the wheels on these things, it's so strange the way they're laid out, isn't it? They don't, nothing really lines up with anything. They often look like they're going sideways down the road, almost crabbing.
No, they're incredibly unique, and that's what makes them so amazing.
Foot off the side there.
Tim Reeves just glancing down to his passenger Tim Wilkes there, or checking on something maybe.
And now onto the uphill section where they really are having to use every single cc to the max.
Yep. They start off with 35 odd litres of fuel, very heavy on fuel, so as the laps count down, shedding a lot of weight makes a big difference to the handling of the outfit each lap.
And of course you've got rider and passenger, Cam. I mean, I'm guessing they're smaller than me, so, but you're still looking at 70 odd kilos for some of the passengers, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. You're looking at near 400 kilograms for a complete outfit with 2 rider passenger outfit combined.
Little head shake there from the passenger.
Yeah, maybe there's an issue.
What a fantastic place to stand and watch. Seeing so many people on the banks in the hedges this week. TT's popularity growing.
Yeah, there's a very experienced pairing indeed there. John Holden, previous TT winner. His passenger, Frank Clays. Passenger not experienced, John is.
Full arm extension there, Cam, you know, hanging off. You're limited by how much you can, how far across you can reach.
Yes.
Ellison Clement again up into the hairpin. What a place to come and learn. You stick him on a short circuit anywhere in the world, you'd expect him to immediately, give him a couple of sessions and be bang on the pace. But you know yourself, Cam, how many laps did you do round here to get your head around where 37.73 miles of twisting mountain roads and lanes, to be fair, some of it looks like. How do you learn this place?
You continue to learn. You apply yourself to the course and you never stop working. You never stop learning. Different conditions, different days, different machines. It's always changing. The Isle of Man TT is a moving target.
But you were over here as well, weren't you? Before you were over here on 2 wheels, you were over on 4, rental cars, borrowed vans, anything you could do to put in another lap while the roads are open, 30 miles an hour, constantly trying to learn it.
And I can guarantee you every one of these competitors would have done the same. It's part of your apprenticeship.
Absolutely stunning, fantastic.
Look,
lead.
where's the passenger? You
Yes,
can
what it
barely
is.
see Jevon Walmsley.
Yeah.
Just that tucked in.
And that's what I was saying earlier about that gap in the fairing. It's like they've dug it out just a little bit further to get the lid down just a little bit more. The gap's up to about 25, Cam. They're absolutely flying. I mean, we could be looking at a lap record here.
Potentially. It was interesting there seeing the Crows outfit, a sudden shunt to one side. Now there's strong winds up on the mountain here, and that would affect these outfits with such a large surface area on their bodywork a lot.
Oh, two wheels again through Bungalow.
Again, John Holden just helping that Frank Clays come to terms. A limited amount of experience for the passenger.
And this, of course, is where the engines are working the hardest, isn't it? Uphill on the mountain for a very, very long time with all that weight.
Yep, they certainly are.
Look at Crow, Callum tucked in so hard on the passenger side. Yeah, long, long run, fully dipped in. Look how much he's moving around, then hanging off to the inside line. Back now to Crawford and Hardy. Again, two-wheeling through there.
Yeah, looking very smooth.
Fantastic first sidecar encounter here.
See pit boards on the fence there. Some of the outfits just getting a pit board, letting them know the gap where they need to push on or just consolidate their position.
I wonder, what do you have on a board if you're in no man's land? When you know when you're plus 2.3 or you've got someone closing in on you, it's pretty easy to say get a wiggle on or one. You can chill out. But what do you say when someone's got 10 either side? You just have a board up saying cruise. I mean, how do you get it?
It's usually just the time you're shown. It's up to you to decide what to do with it.
Right. Crow Brothers coming through onto Glen Crutchery Road. They've got one lap to go to take their first ever Isle of Man victory at home on the island on which they live. It would be a brilliant, brilliant result for them. Blasting down over the start-finish line.
And what's their lap speed for this first flying lap? We look at the times coming through. 119.8 mile an hour. Well, that's a PB for those boys. That's an incredible time. I think just 12 months ago, we were wondering whether we ever see the first 120 mile an hour lap, and those boys are knocking on the door.
Right, we've just had the Crows through and Founsey. What a massive lead. Hey, it's never over until it's over, of course. The last lap leading the race, the nerves, they'll be feeling every vibration, every bump, everything. You don't try and keep negative in any way, shape or form. It's just a case of trying to bring the machine home as well as you possibly can. But I suppose really it's easy for sidecars because there's two of you.
Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Evenings.
TrustATrader.com.
Here we are again, happy as can be. All good pals and jolly good company. La-di-da-di-da, oh la-di-da-di-dee. All good pals and jolly good company.
Now, how do you know if you know how to do whatever it is to be done by you? If there's nobody there to do it to, and what is it that has to be done is a puzzle and song. Puzzle is still as a puzzle to you. Is what is it that has to be done is a puzzle and song.
This is how we make time stand still. Aptamil believes that every feed is a gift,
That's why we've dedicated over 50 years to breast milk research and created Aptamil, with our unique blend of immunonutrients and 50% more Gosphos than any other brand. Aptamil, your life, our science.
Happy accidents, serendipity, other words that mean that. It's one of the things that makes Pinterest, Pinterest, where that thing that you were looking for leads you to that other thing you didn't even know you were looking for, which then leads to some other completely different thing, and all of a sudden you realize you were an old money baddie goth goblin core girly girl all along.
With lingering household odours, there's the hard way to keep them under control and get the fragrance you want. Or there's the Airwick way. 24/7 Active Fresh Auto Spray reduces odours and gives you an amazing fragrance, infused with essential oils that's aerosol-free, with 95% naturally derived ingredients to leave your home feeling fresh for up to 70 days. Set it and forget it. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
Trusted Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustedTrader.com.
Welcome back as we go on to the final lap of the Three-Wheeling Media Sidecar Race 1 for the Isle of Man TT 2024. You're looking at Mark Wilkes, who is passenger to Tim Reeves, about to go under the bridge at St Ninians. There it is, and down Bray Hill.
Oh, look at his left hand there, constantly moving, re-gripping, just grasping on that grab handle.
Through that big compression, then over the big crest at Agos. Imagine coming down there the whole way and not taking a glimpse once up over the fairing. I'm in awe, I really am.
It's something I can't imagine.
Here are your leaders, the Crow brothers.
After setting a sensational 119.8, of course they get 2 flying laps. Will they consolidate for what looks set to be their first TT victory, or will they keep the head down and try to eclipse the 120 mile per hour mark?
On board with Holden and Clace as we see Ellis and Clement come through. Cam, they're past quite a few outfits now to be at this position on the road.
They certainly have. They just keep improving this pairing. What a sensational finish they're set to get in their debut TT Sidecar race.
Bounds and Walmsley running P2. Actually been P2, haven't they, the last 3 outings. The second race of 22, both races last year. Must be frustrating, but also, you know, great to know you're on the pace and you're capable of it. They just need that one little extra step.
Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of with second place at the TT, but it looks like this pairing is set to be the bridesmaids again, unless the Crow boys have issues on this final lap.
That's the thing, is it now for the Crows? Do you go for the lap record? Yeah, of course you want it. Of course you want to hit the 120, but what they will want more than anything is to get the win monkey off their back. Once you've taken 1 win, you've done it, and it's a relief of the pressure. They're coming through Glen Helen now. Look, everything looks smooth. The gap is 30 seconds, so in theory you could risk it, but you have a problem with the outfit and it's game over. It's all gone.
A wise man once said, win the race at the slowest possible pace, but will these young lads get excited by the moment? Only time will tell.
Founds and Walmsley still pressing on. Yeah, not spinning the rear up quite so much now.
No, and we saw what they were capable of last year. I say again, the only other team apart from the Birchells to eclipse the 120 mile an hour mark, but things obviously aren't working well enough to do those times for these boys today.
Yeah, they did it, didn't they? Was it in the second? I think it was in the second sidecar race last year. It was, yeah, 120.08 for Founds and Walmsley was what they did in 2023.
Correct, as we see here, Lee Crawford, Scott Hardy, they're going fantastic here. Such a great pairing, and this is potentially going to be only their second ever TT finish. So what an exciting moment for those lads.
Brilliant. The finishes are so important, and then with that comes the confidence. You get a finish with good speed as well. Everything starts to come together and you take those big steps. More with Founds and Walmsley. Look, left leg forward, right leg back into those grip positions. See the little carbon fibre L shape as well. When they're hanging off the side like this, it's actually in the back of the knee, so it allows you to almost grip it with the fold of your knee. Bottom of Bagaro.
Tell you what, the outfits and their riders would be getting tired by now. Third lap, no pit stop.
Late in the day as well.
That was close to the curve.
Yeah, that was so close. Late in the day with the delays earlier on, so you can see a lot of shadow over the road. That gives you the strobing effect when you're going along, which is not easy. And also with temperatures dropping quite quickly at the end of the day, the track, you know, the road surface of the course is not in the sun everywhere.
No, correct. These are all things I have to deal with.
Bit of a tear up going on here through Glen Helen.
Yeah, Steve and Matty Ramsden being closely followed by Daryl Gibson and Tom Christie.
On board with Reeves and Wilkes again.
Now the Ramsden brothers, they did well last year, just narrowly missed the podium with a 4th, so they're another team that are really coming on strong.
Full RPM, there's that strobing effect that we were talking about, and the battering that they're taking. You can understand why, say, there was some serious work to do on Ben Birchall and Kevin Rousseau's Honda LCR outfit. They were actually got some great help with the fairing, didn't they, Cam? They found an expert on composites in the paddock to get the fairing repaired, and we're hoping to see them. But also, Kevin Rousseau's ankle, he needed to rest it. And I think we can understand why when you see the passengers and see the amount of leverage they're putting on their ankles to hold in position. If Rousseau isn't fit, you just can't do this, regardless of whether the outfit would have been ready or not.
Couldn't imagine doing it fit, let alone injured. Yeah, Francesco Caringa, a brilliant super twin pilot around the TT course himself, racing for Ian Locker Racing, and a successful Manx GP rider. He is actually a composite expert.
That's
he
so
assisted
good.
The team with repairing that bodywork. So how cool is it to see the TT paddock come together to get competitors back out on course?
2 days of work he's put in already to get that fairing back. I have to say, Cam, I love the idea of seeing Birchall and Rousseau come back for race 2, assuming Rousseau is fit, and of course they found the parts they need for the outfit. It could be a hell of a battle now. You feel like the Crows have stepped up to that kind of pace. The new tyres as well, you know, could they be a bit quicker? Might we look at a lap record in the second race this week? I'm excited for it.
Who knows? Who knows? It's almost unimaginable to think that Birchall and Rousseau could come back after that incident earlier in the week.
Be fantastic if they do. Look at the crowds, fist pumping. As they see the leaders coming through, they know what's at stake here. There'll be plenty of Manxies down those rails,
Andrew,
over
it's
those
about
walls.
now, those two boys, they'll be talking to that machine now. They'll be saying, please, just get us home. Just get us home. Just bring us up over the mountain one more time. We'll let you rest. We'll give you an oil change.
Yeah.
Just bring us to that checkered flag.
We'll get you tidied up for race 2. You can also imagine the passengers giving it a light tap on the side, can't you? Come on, get us there.
Yeah, the boys are obviously still trying, but I'd say, looking at that body language, they've consolidated now, and they're just trying to bring it home fast but smooth. I don't think they're going for an outright lap record at this stage.
Bounds and Walmsley two-wheeling as they come through. Ramsey up towards Stella Maris, and then the hairpin.
They're certainly still looking every bit as quick as a lap previous. Very consistent, this pairing. You can see their body position, their road position. It's really a carbon copy of the lap before. Goes to show how experienced they are.
Reeves and Wilkes with the hand right down over the side of the fairing. Then there's that foot off the left side again that we've seen a few times. Tear off going off the visor there too.
Oh, so bumpy on the way up May Hill.
And then up through Stella Maris next. The new camera that we've got, the previous corner to Stella Maris, I love, because we mentioned in the solo race, it shows you how much of a climb it is up to Ramsey. Already really climbing towards the mountain by now.
Yeah, very much so. Just above sea level. Down here in Parliament Square, right up to 1,400 feet up the mountain.
So here is the battle for P3. That is Lewis Blackstock and Patrick Rosney on the 9, and behind them Alan Founds and Reese Gibbons on the 10. So obviously they've closed the 10 seconds down. Between them the gap is not a lot, and this is for the last podium space in this first sidecar encounter.
Yeah, Blackstock and Rosney, they've never been on the podium. They had a P4, but of course Alan Founds has been on the podium, but Reese Gibbons, his newcomer sidecar passenger, has not.
Well, that'd be an incredible result, wouldn't it? Especially for a newcomer. They can just sit tight now, Cam. They've made up that 10 seconds. Could follow them home, really, and not take any risks.
That'll be another pairing that'll be talking to the outfit, that's for sure, as we see the Crows just counting down the miles.
If you look at the top of their helmets as they come through, that is the famous Manx Triskele in the 3 legs, which is on the Manx flag. Proud Manxman. And I think that's what all this support is about. There will be fans out there supporting them anyway, but there was more support for them coming through Ramsey than we saw for Dunlop in the solo race. People are going mad for this. It would be an incredible result.
It truly is a huge moment for the Crow brothers. Their father, Nick, he was a very successful TT competitor himself. 5 wins, 5 second places, and now his 2 lads looking set to repeat history.
Incredible stuff. Founds and Walmsley, been another brilliant performance today, but it's all about these two. The Crow brothers, the last time there was a Manx win on the island was Dave Molyneux in 2014. The last time it was a pair of Manxmen was 2009. It is a first TT win for Ryan and Callum Crow at home. What a brilliant result. Their whole family, the whole island will be proud of them. Amazing.
Riding with a level of skill and speed well beyond their years.
So the Crows come back down the road to return to the paddock. Huge crowd look in the fan park already. And we ride on board with Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. It's another P2. It's 4 P2s in a row, which just goes to show how brilliant these guys are around this incredibly tough island course. And they've got one more opportunity later this week to try and go one better and get on that top step of the podium. There we go then, Ryan and Callum Crow with their first ever win. Founds and Walmsley in P2 with Founds and Gibbons in P3. Gibbons, the fastest ever newcomer passenger. Ellis in P7, the fastest ever newcomer driver. And Clement, his passenger, becomes the fastest ever female passenger.
Ryan and Callum Crow, you are TT winners. How does that feel in this moment?
I feel like superstars, yeah. It's the best thing that could ever happen to me in life, except my son, obviously, I can't do that, but yeah, TT winners. Follow, like my dad as well, following him. Now I know why he does it, why he did it anyway. It's amazing.
It was incredible scenes when you came in. Your dad jumped on top of you, Callum. How was that?
I don't know how he jumped on top of me, but he did it. No, it was amazing. I don't know what he was feeling or what he was like out on the circuit. The man was in Ireland yesterday, and we managed to get him over here, so it was mega. I mean, I just want to say a big thanks to all the fans out there. It was absolutely great, and all the sponsors. That we got the best team in the paddock, and that's it.
And this is only your 4th TT, and you're actually the first Manxman to come onto the podium since Dave Molyneux. Does that give you an insight to the future?
It's a good insight, isn't it? I suppose he's a legend in himself, so I'd follow in Dave's footsteps, I suppose.
Well, you can now go and enjoy this podium as winners. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers, thank you.
Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley, a 2nd place for you there. You had a few tussles out on track there, which was exciting for us to watch, but how was it for you?
Oh, the tussle was good fun. I knew what Pete was going to do, so I was just laughing in my helmet. And then, yeah, he got us back, but it was good fun. Yeah, it's good.
And you set your fastest time of the week. Are you still happy with this result?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, with the different kind of setups that we're running this year and the tyres and stuff. Yeah, you know, we'll take that for the first race, and we'll just see if we can come back a bit stronger for the second race. Really.
A great podium there. Congratulations and good luck for the next one. Alan Founds and Rhys Gibbons. Wow, your first TT as a duo, and you've put it on the podium. How do you feel right now?
As a newcomer, I'm kind of still taking it all in, but I don't really understand what's going on at the moment. I'm kind of, give me like an hour or two and I would have soaked it all in a bit. But yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic, over the moon, yeah. Really happy.
I'm sure it's a lot to take in. Alan, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's a dream, this, isn't it, really? To stand up here with my nephew, you know, on the podium. And this is where we were in 2019, and it's took this long to get back to this with my fitness and the bad luck that we've had over the past 5 years. So it's a dream come true, this, so it's brilliant, absolutely perfect.
Like you say, to be here with your nephew, but also with Pete Founds as well, it's a full-on family affair, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. the whole family's been, you know, really, really helpful for the whole fortnight, really, to be honest. I know we obviously still got no other race to do, so I hope to be up here again. But, you know, Al, Pete, Jevon have all been like such good mentors over the 2 weeks and give me help about where I should go and what I should do. And Al's been such an accommodating driver. I can only go as fast as Al can, and he's been such like great, give me time on corners that maybe I said that I've struggled with. Yeah, so just over the moon again. Yeah.
That's so good to hear. It will be a very special podium for you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, the locals here have waited for years for a Manx winner at the TT, and today they got two for the price of one. The Crow brothers topping the podium with the Fownsers behind them in second and thirds, proving that this unique event really is a family affair. We'll see you tomorrow for more action from the Isle of Man TT 2024.